And the Dobrinic Channel is back, and we are looking at a live view of Lake Oroville. And you've been following it over the last few days. The lake is on the rise. There has been a lot of precipitation there at Lake Oroville, and we are going to get right into it. We are going right out to windy.com and checking out the forecast for the next 10 days. As we roll out to windy.com, you can see that the next 3 days, they're talking about another 5.71 inches of precipitation in the next 3 days. Go down to Grass Valley, 607. We go down to Bear Valley, 447. We go down to Yosemite Valley, 252. Mammoth Lake's over here, 129. And Bishop, not as much, 0.14. We come up to Mount Shasta up here, 2.79 and 3.39. These numbers are the next 3 days. We go to the next 5. A little bit of precipitation starts to happen. We come back down to Lake Oroville, 6.18. We go back down to Grass Valley, 7.52. Bear Valley, 7.3. Jackson, 5.31. Sacramento, 4.72. We come down to San Francisco, 3.31. So you can see that it's starting to get wet, and then poof, the next 10 days, this thing really lights up. Oh my Lord. You're talking over a foot of precipitation in the Lake Oroville area, 12.67. We come up to Mount Shasta, 8.9. We come down to Folsom Valley here, 15.12. We come down to Bear Valley and 15.2, and this is just crazy. Lots and lots of rain coming. Yosemite Valley, 12.46, and this is not including what has already fallen. There's been a lot of precipitation fallen. We come down to my friends at Bakersfield. They're talking about 3.21. We come down to Santa Barbara, 5.13. We scoot on down to Los Angeles, 4.58. San Bernardino, 5.78. My friends over at Lake Havasu, Supercharge and B, hope everything's well, and Richard as well, 1.14. Vegas, check out Vegas, 0.91 inches at Vegas, so this is fantastic news for Vegas as well, and this spills over into the Colorado River system too, 2.91 in the Rocky Mountains, so that's fantastic news. Down here by Kanab, 2.09, my friends at St. George, hello, 1.87 over in Page, 0.75, so you get the gist. A lot of precipitation is spilling over. We have all these systems coming through, as I've been explaining for the last several days, and I want to focus in on Lake Oroville as we scoot in over here. You're talking anywhere between 13 and 15 inches, and that's not including what has fallen. Now, a lot has not fallen at the dam itself, but a lot has fallen in the valleys being right through here. And I'll show you what I'm talking about as we click over to the 72-hour mark. As we roll in here to Lake Oroville, we're looking at the western branch of the Feather River, and you can see that they got 5.97 inches of precipitation. This rolls into Lake Oroville. You can see it comes down here. This over here in the Feather River Valley, 3.11. Over here in the Little North Fork, Feather River, you got 3.3. So you got anywhere between 3 and almost 3 and over 7 in spots. So that's a lot of precipitation. Paradise really got hit. And you can see that Oroville did not receive that much, 1.57. That sounds about right, because you look at, here's the dam itself. They got 1.58. That shows on the graph, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So even though the dam didn't get a lot of precipitation, the valleys did, and you can really see a big, tremendous jump in the readings here. As we roll over to Lake Oroville, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Right now, they're not allowing any water out. They're only allowing water in. They're down to 11,000. You can see this was around the peak, but the lake has really come up. We were at 678.86, 6.8073. The lake has come up in the last 12 hours over 2 feet. That's just an incredible jump. So we'll continue to watch this. You can see that they're not allowing any water out thus far. At some point, you can see that the rainfall is 10.66 inches, and that sounds about right, because we were at 908, now we're at 1066. They said 158. That's about correct. So you can see that these maps are pretty spot on. Now, with all this rain coming, there's still more rain coming. Let's go out to Tropical Tidbits and count the amount of storms that will be coming through the area in the next 16 days. We start 6 hours from now. You can see this one skating through. This next one's coming through. That's one, and it's prolonged. It's a very long, prolonged system as it goes through. Here comes the second one. It's pretty far out. There's a third one that's starting to come through. You can see the massive low pressure 998. It starts out, and then you get a day or two, and then another one comes through here. That's the third one. And then you get this one here. That's a fourth one that comes through, and a fifth one comes through, and that's it for now. So you have 5 systems in the next 16 days that are going to track right through here, through California and Oregon. So we'll be watching this to see if this continues. A lot of precipitation for the north, not as much to the south, but let's go back to windy.com, and they have brought a lot of snow back in. You're talking 132 inches of snow. If you're in Lake Tahoe area, wow, 115 inches. We go up to our friends in Truckee, hello, up there. 113 inches of snow forecasted. So this is pretty intense snow. I'm sure you guys seen this amount of snow before. It's probably not the first time that you ever seen this amount of snow. We go over to Reno, 53 inches. Carson City, 71 inches. Bear Valley, 128 inches. We go down to Yosemite Valley, 96 inches. And we come over to Mammoth Lakes, 109. We go over to Bishop, 27 inches. Is this all the GFS agree with this? Nah, it's not as intense. They're talking a little less. So we'll see which one wins out. There's more snow. Even Lake Oroville is actually going to get in on the action of snow this round eventually. So 6.8 there. East Quincy, 69. So we'll be watching to see which one wins out. Ultimately, not a lot of snow coming through the United States. A little bit up here. Nothing here in the mid part of the country. So we'll be watching that as well. Let's go and check what the graph looks like at Lake Oroville. Here's the big bump that we've been talking about. We're getting closer. A little scoot in here. We'll outline it out so you can see it a little better. We're at 680.59. Last year we were at 708.57. So you can see that this lake does come up in a hurry and quick. We shall be catching up with 2020. Should I state maybe by the end of the year? It's going to be close. There's only a few days. I can't see it making to 2020 by the end of the year, but it probably be around the 2nd or 3rd. I'm just anticipating. The water level at Lake Oroville is currently 680.59 feet MSL. Wednesday, December 28, 2022 at 3 p.m. The level is 219.41 feet below full pool of 900. Changes since yesterday. Check this out. A staggering 4.05 feet in the last 24 hours. That is incredible, ladies and gentlemen. A human being, 4.5 feet, that's like more than a swimming pool. Think about it that. Most swimming pools are around 4 foot, above ground swimming pools I'm talking. It's insane. Let's go check out the snowpack and see what the current snowpack and see how much that has increased. Here we are at California's Data Exchange Center water resource, and we're looking at the snow water equivalent in inches in Northern California, 41. The big jump here is the Central Sierra, 160%, 52%. South Sierra, 193%, 59%. So what does that equal in inches? 11.5 for North Sierra, Trinity area, 133% for this date, 41% for average. Central, check this out, they're the big winners, 14.4 inches of water equivalent. So this is 52% for your average for this normal date and 160. The South, the average equivalent's 13.3 percentage for this date, 59%, and percentage of normal 193 for the state. We are 13.3, so that has come up. 51 for your April 1st average, 162 for this date. So this is fantastic news, and we will go to Lake Shasta next and see what's going on there next. Lake Shasta's water level is currently 923.21 feet MSL. Wednesday, December 28, 2022 at 3 p.m. The level's 143.79 feet below full pool of 1,067. Changes since yesterday as shown with the snow, just not a whole lot, 0.84. It's come up quite a bit, but not like Oroville and definitely not like Folsom, which we're going to go check out next. I already took a sneak peek. Folsom Lake water level is 391.14 feet MSL. Wednesday, December 28, 2022 at 3 p.m. The level is 74.86 feet below full pool of 460. Yesterday we were at -2. Today, check this out, we are at positive 528, and this thing caught up with 2020 and shattered that today. And and we have our sights set on a long way to go to catch up to last year at this time. We got all those early snowstorms, and then in December we got a big bump, and then we got nothing. So there's still an outside chance that we could catch up with this, and this thing could be top out. But this lake has a history. If we go back to show all, you can see how quick this thing comes up. It comes up rapidly, as you can see here. Last year it like poof, and then it also drops dramatically as well because it's in a smaller valley, so therefore what goes up must come down at some point. And that is all I have for you all tonight. If there's something that you guys want in the future, please comment below and get in on the conversation. Just be respectful. That's all I ask, and you guys have a blessed day, and we will see you on the next one. God bless.